guys, so welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing an updated full face of Believe Beauty. So my last dedicated one brand look to Believe Beauty was like 2 years ago, and since then they've launched so many new products, so I thought it was time for an updated version. And they actually make some of my holy grail makeup items, and everything is just $5 and under, and they are available at Dollar General, and they have great stuff. I feel like it's definitely an underrated, affordable brand. So I'm excited to do an updated full face. I hope you guys enjoy it. Definitely grab a snack and subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and let's get into some Believe Beauty. Okay, so first, of course, we're going to start with eyes. So I'm going to start off with an eye primer. This is the Lock It In eyeshadow primer. This is actually so good, and it's one of my favorite eye primers. It really makes your shadows pop and last all day. This is the universal one, so it's more of like a skin tone color, and they also have a translucent one as well. But I'm going to go in with the universal one. See, it's like a nice kind of flesh tone. So for eyeshadow palettes today, these are actually two new ones that I've never tried before. They look really, really pretty. So I think I'm gonna do like a kind of teal look, but I'm gonna use some of the transition colors in this warm palette. So this is the Sultry Sunset palette. And then the other one that I have is Midnight Express. So these are the colors that I'm mainly gonna use. So I am gonna start off with this color right here. It's like a light peach, and I'm gonna apply that in my crease. Oh, that's pretty. It's like a light muted peach. It's actually a lot more kind of vibrant than I thought it was going to be. Like in the pan, it seems like it's going to be really light, and then when you actually apply it, it's pretty vibrant. I like that. Also, this dry patch on my lid, still going strong. It keeps like going down and then it comes back. I'm putting like this eczema cream that I have on it, and I'm like trying to avoid going to the doctor because I hate going to the doctors. I think it's because of this eye cream that I had used a few weeks back that was like really scented. I should have known better than to put it on my lids, but I'm pretty sure that is what it is. Then I'm gonna go in with this color right here, which is a little bit darker than the one that I was just using, and I'm just gonna run that also right where I just applied that previous shade. Wow, this is actually really pigmented. I believe I have used Believe Beauty eyeshadows before. I'm pretty sure. It was like a different palette, not these. Now I'm gonna dive into these colors right here, and I'm gonna go in with this really sparkly teal. So let's go in with a dry brush and see if this is any pigmented on its own. Okay, hello, yes it is. Okay, rewind, because I just applied this really pretty teal color. It's gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but you see how it looks kind of light in the pan? When I actually went to apply it, you guys, this is like a deep, dark, smoky teal. I feel like it's much darker when you apply it versus actually in the pan. The swatches doesn't really do it justice. It actually applies very, very pretty. It's just not really the color that I wanted for today's look. And so I think I'm just gonna go in with this light color first on the lid. And I'm just gonna apply that. Okay, so when you first apply the shades, you definitely have to build them up. They're not gonna be like super vibrant right off the bat. You have to spray your brush and maybe go over it a couple times with your finger. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of this teal color, and I'm just gonna add that a little bit on the outer crease just because why not? Ooh, I kind of like that. That extra little pop on the crease. So, oh yeah, the shimmer is kind of like fading away now as I'm blending the teal. So you have to kind of go back and re-add the product in. All right, so that's kind of the look. So you definitely have to kind of work with the shadows. I think kind of first impression on these two palettes, based on what I did use, the mattes are a little bit creamier and easier to work with than the shimmer. The shimmers you kind of have to build up. They feel nice when you touch them, and they're not completely like not pigmented, but you definitely have to work with them, build them up, use your finger. So I feel like they're not like completely terrible for like $5, but they're not my favorite affordable eyeshadows. But it's definitely doable, so don't get me wrong. It works, and we're gonna continue to make it work. I feel like when it comes to Believe Beauty, my personal favorites from them are usually, like, besides the eye primer, the complexion. They kill it when it comes to the complexion. So we are wiping away the fallout, and I actually have a new mascara to test out, which I'm really excited about. This is a new volumizing mascara. This is waterproof. This one's in the shade Black. This is what the wand looks like. It's kind of like a rubberized wand, but it looks good. Oh, it's nice because it's not like hard on the lash band. Okay, so this is supposed to be a voluminous thickening curling mascara. Not really getting a whole lot, but then again, my lashes are not great anyway. So I don't have lashes from Believe Beauty, but I do have these that I picked up from Dollar General, which look really, really pretty. So these are actually from Kiss. They're the Mink Effect Collection lashes. I think these replaced the brand Broadway colors at Dollar General because I didn't see it when I was there, but these look really pretty. They're in the style Belle. I know these aren't Believe Beauty, but they are under $5, so I thought they would be very fitting for today's video. So I'm gonna pop these on and then I'll be right back and we'll do the skin. All right, lashes are on. Now we're gonna move into complexion, which is my favorite, and I feel like Believe Beauty kills it when it comes to the face. I don't remember if I tried this primer out before. This is the Radiantly Primed Face Primer, and it's supposed to be like an illuminating primer that gives you a subtle, dewy glow, and I'm all about that. So let's prep the skin. Oh yeah, I'd never used it before, actually. Oh yeah, it looks really, really glowy. Oh, that's pretty. I thought it was gonna be like kind of sparkly on the face, but it's actually very pretty. I'm gonna do a little bit more. That's what it looks like on the hands. It looks a little bit scary, but then when you actually apply it, it blends into the skin really nicely. Okay, I probably used a little bit too much. What else is new? I'm just gonna do a little bit on my forehead because my forehead can get pretty oily. So this is pretty. I feel like this would be really pretty maybe if you're not wearing a ton of makeup and you just want a little glow to your face. It's very cute. I like it because it blends really nicely into the skin and there isn't glitter in it. It just looks like kind of like a sheen. Okay, now for foundation. This is actually my holy grail, or I should say one of my holy grail foundations. I love this foundation so much. It is their Skin Finish foundation. It is just that. It has great coverage. It lasts all day. And it's just $5, you guys, in this packaging. Like, it's glass. It's luxurious. It's so beautiful. I'm in the shade Neutral Tan, and this has been one of my favorite foundations for a while now. I love it so much. I'm just gonna use a brush just to really buff this in. Look at that. It's so skin-like. Has such a beautiful finish. Like, look at how seamless it is. Every time I use this foundation, I'm like, wow, how is this $5? If there's one thing you get in today's video, it's this foundation. If you have not tried it, 10 out of 10, 20 out of 10 actually would recommend. It is so good, you guys. For concealer, I'm gonna go in with their You're Covered Liquid Concealer. I have mine in the shade Fair. It's been a little bit since I've used this. I'm also gonna do a little highlighting right here. This is a very lightweight concealer, so I feel like you can do that with this product. So this is a super, super natural concealer. I think it's pretty for like everyday kind of no makeup days. It's not my absolute favorite concealer. I think it just depends on what you like. So I prefer other drugstore and affordable concealers over this one personally. It's not a bad concealer, but it's not like my absolute favorite. When it comes to complexion, I would say go with the foundation over the concealer any day. Then for powder, I'm gonna go in with the Matte Blur Loose Translucent Powder. It's been a little bit since I've used this, but I remember this being really good. So we're gonna do a little setting. And then with any excess powder, I'm just gonna use a brush just to really press everything in and set everything into place. This powder feels nice too, because even though it says matte, it's not drying on the skin. So this I really like. Okay, so now let's get into some of their newer stuff. So the eyeshadows were new. They have a couple other ones, but these are 2 new color schemes that they have added. But the foundation and concealer and powder, obviously that stuff is not new, but I wanted to keep everything Believe Beauty. So we're gonna do a little bronzer. So I actually really love their In the Tropics bronzing powder. This one's in the color Hawaiian Glow. This is one of my favorites. It's a really light natural bronzer that I think you'll love if you are my skin tone or even super fair. But they also have this, which is their Sunstruck Marbleized Bronzer in Golden Sienna, which we're gonna test out today. But it kind of looks like it has some shimmer to it. So we are gonna test this out and do a little bronzer. Oh wow, this actually like shows up on my skin. I was like, oh, is this gonna show up? But I feel like Believe Beauty is one of those brands where sometimes like you look at the stuff in the pan and it looks really light, but then when you actually dip your brush or getting past that first layer, it actually appears darker on the skin. So I did not think this was gonna work for me. That's why I grabbed the other bronzer, because I was like, I don't know. This is probably just gonna be really light and glowy. But it's actually such a pretty brown color. Like it looks like a color that you would get like from the sun. Ooh, Oh wow, I actually really like this. I did not expect to love this bronzer. To be honest, I was like, oh, it's gonna be a little bit too light. Maybe I can use it as a blush topper, but no, this is like perfect. I actually feel like this is a little bit darker than the original Tropics bronzer that they have. So I love that. So it gives your skin like the lightest kind of sheen because it does have like that marble in it, but it's not glittery or aggressive. I think it's actually very healthy and I love that color. So wow, I'm super impressed with this. And then for blush, I'm gonna use this little trio. This is their Get Glowing Highlight and Contour Palette. This one is in medium deep. And I'm actually gonna use both of these colors because personally I wouldn't use this as a bronzer. It looks a little bit kind of too reddish for me, so I'm going to use both of these as a blush. Ooh, that's so pretty. It's so bronzy, and I believe they have another color that is in light as well. This one's the darker one. Wow, this is really pigmented. It kind of gives you like a sunburn kind of look on the cheeks, which is so pretty, and I say that in like the best way possible. Look at that color. I'm in love. Bomb. I love like the shade and like the undertones are like so good. They also did come out with these major monochromatic matte and shimmer blush duos. So it's basically a blush and then a highlighter that looks kind of similar to the blush. It's a little bit lighter, but you can always mix the two. So this is the darker one. I actually have the lighter one. I have no idea where it is, you guys. Like, I've been using it and I must have misplaced it. Hopefully I didn't throw it out by accident because it's actually really good. But they are so beautiful, very wearable. I love the fact that you get a little highlighter because you could use it as kind of like a blush topper and make the blush really glowy and shimmery. And I'll swatch this one just to show you guys how freaking pigmented it is. And that is what this one looks like. So each of the colors together, so pretty, so buttery and smooth, and it gives you like the perfect wash of color on the cheeks. Be careful with these though, they are very pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. And then Believe Beauty came out with these Luminizing Glow Trios. So this one here is on Cloud 9. So I have swatched these and I put one of these in the inner corners the other day, and holy cow, these are so pigmented, you guys. The other one that I have is in Sandstorm. It's a little bit darker, more bronzy. These are beautiful. If you're into an intense glow, you will love these. I'm going to do a little bit and show you guys what it looks like. I'm actually just going to pop this color right here in the inner corners because we need a little bit of lightness in there. Look at that. I'm not even spraying my brush. I'm going to take some of this color too. I'm going to just mix it. I love like a really bright shimmery inner corner. This is gorgeous. Okay, let's do a little mixing action here. Ooh, look at that, so pretty. You can definitely build this up, like if you want to spray your brush or if you want to like really intensify this. But I'm being very light-handed because I haven't been super into like an intense glow. That is beautiful. You see how smooth it is? You could always just use your finger too to kind of like blend it in a little bit. But I love how wearable this palette is and like how smooth the formula is. Like, you wouldn't know that this is so affordable. The quality and like the way that it looks on the face is so pretty. It's like comparable to high end. And then for me personally, I think I'll probably use this on my chest or as eyeshadows in the summer for like a really bronzy glowy look. So I'll swatch this to show you what these look like. Look at those colors, you guys. So that is what the other palette looks like. Gorgeous. These are also a really great find from Dollar General, so go check these out. These are stunning. And then this is the last cheek product that I have that is new from Believe Beauty. This is the Radiant Glow Loose Setting Powder in Golden Pearl. Okay, I just made a mess and spilled this everywhere. But basically, this is like a really light powder. As you can see, it looks like a translucent powder. At first I was like, okay, is this a translucent powder or is this a loose highlighter? But it's actually kind of both. So it's a loose powder with like a really subtle glow that you could use if you want to brighten your under eyes or if you want to use it to highlight your face. So I'll show you guys what it looks like on the other side of my face. So I didn't use that other highlighter, by the way. I just used it on this side. Look at how pretty that is. I'm using a different brush also. It kind of just gives you that glow from within. I really like it for my cheeks because I feel like for this time of year, it is a perfect addition to any makeup look. It is so smooth and very subtle, but still a little bit glowy. I feel like these are definitely more of like a highlighter, whereas this is more of like you're glowing from within kind of vibe, especially once you start blending it in a little bit more. You could also use it if you want, like just dust a little tiny bit like right under here, under your eyes, if you want to like brighten a little bit and highlight. Now for the eyes, I'm going to jump back into this little palette here. And I think I'm going to just go in with some of the teal color that I was using on the crease. And I'm just going to run that right on the lower lashes. And then I'm just gonna do some black liner. So I don't have a Believe Beauty liner. I was actually watching my old Believe Beauty video and I mentioned that I wasn't crazy about their liners. So I'm just gonna use this one from Essence. It's like $3. It's their long lasting eye pencil in Black Fever. And then I'm gonna do a little mascara. Yeah, the mascara is not my personal favorite. I'd probably pass on that, to be honest, but the face products, yeah, you need them. Let's do lips. I actually really love their lip products. I'm just gonna use one of their lipsticks today. Their liquid lipsticks are also really, really nice. I love the red shade, but that doesn't really go with today's vibe. So we're gonna do like a nude kind of pinky lip. This one is the Satin Crush lipstick in Moroccan Spice. And I'm not gonna line my lips just to show you guys what the color looks like. So comfortable on the lips and so creamy and pigmented. I'm just gonna top that off with a little gloss. This is the Lustrious Shine Gloss, and this one is in, okay, my hair's on it, gross. This one's in Georgia Peach. Last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and set my makeup. This is a new setting spray, the Master at Matte Makeup Setting Spray. This is really nice, I think, if you have combo or oily skin, but it's not overly matte or drying. Like, my face doesn't feel tight whenever I do set it, so I do enjoy this. I normally apply this mainly on my T-zone, and my favorite thing about this is actually the mist, because it's very, very light and it's not too aggressive. And then I normally just do a little bit on the rest of the face, but I concentrate most of the spray on my T-zone because that's where I get the most oily, but it's really nice. Smells really good too. I like it. I love the way it feels on the skin. All right, you guys, so that is it for this full face of Believe Beauty slash full face nothing over $5. I have to say, I really love the majority of the products that I did test out that were new. To be honest, the only thing that I wasn't crazy about was probably the eyeshadow palette. I've tried worse, I've tried better. I know it's just $5, but I feel like you could use that money towards other palettes at the drugstore. At least my personal opinion. Like I said, I don't think that they're the worst palettes in the world. I'll have to test this one out, maybe some of the shimmers in here to see how they perform, but with this one I wasn't super crazy about it. The shimmers were nice. You do have to work with them though, and like I said, they're just not my absolute holy grail favorite eyeshadow palettes. Same with their mascara, not really my favorite. I have so many other drugstore favorites, so this I'll definitely pass on as well. Also with the concealer, as I was closing it, the actual like applicator came off and I can't put it back on, so then I grabbed my other concealer that I have from Believe Beauty and the same exact thing happened. So I've never had that issue. I actually really like the formula of this concealer, but I don't know, let me know if that's ever happened to you guys, because I've never had a concealer do that where the applicator completely comes off. But this is to me similar like the eyeshadows. It's a nice concealer, especially for the price, but it's not my absolute favorite. I definitely have other favorites that are affordable. But everything else from Believe Beauty I'm obsessed with. The foundation is so good and their new cheek products are incredible. This bronzer has become, I think, my new favorite. Just like instantly, I know that I'm going to be using this like nonstop. The color is perfect. The formula is great. I really love this a lot. The matte and shimmer blush duos are also really great. Like I said, this is a darker color. I've been using the lighter one and it's beautiful. These highlighters are bomb, so good, super creamy, and they just go on really nicely on the skin. I love this loose kind of highlighter powder. This is also very beautiful if you're into like a very natural glow. The setting spray is also really nice if you want a soft, natural, comfortable matte finish. So I love this spray and I love the actual like spritzer on it. It's really nice. Love the lip products, which I've used before. I also really love this translucent powder. This is bomb. So yeah, overall, definitely check out Believe Beauty. Their products are just $5 and under, and I'm so impressed with the quality of some of their new stuff. So let me know your thoughts down below if you guys have tried any of these. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!